Good morning, everybody. It's Ghost Robo, and today we got a Pokemon Direct. Yesterday, out of nowhere, Nintendo surprised us with a new Direct, and everyone freaked the heck out because we were so excited knowing that today was the day we would get Pokemon on Switch. Everybody's been so hyped. The rumor from Eurogamer and other sources said that Pokemon Stars was probably hitting Switch and soon, and now we got this Direct. This dude is standing here before us. We watch with bated breath, all awaiting this, the Switch. It's on screen. It's happening. The moment is almost here. We're ready to bubble over with joy, with excitement, with absolute ecstasy as Pokemon is hitting Switch. He's talking about the games. He's about to show it. This man right here is going to be our savior. He stands before us with all of these awesome Pocket Monsters behind him, all the games we love behind him, and now in front of us, Pokemon on Switch. What the heck is this? Everyone on the internet lets out a collective, this sucks. No, WTF, no. That's all I saw in the chat because this is not the Pokemon we wanted on Switch. It is not Stars. It is not a Diamond and Pearl remake. It is not something brand new. It's Pokken Tournament DX, and I think everyone was so misled by the hype and so pumped to hear and see and freaking experience a mainline Pokemon on the Switch, this new beloved console. And yet, that is not what we got. And so everyone right now is just in this collective, like, what the heck happened? This sucks. This is terrible. I hate this. My take? It's not so bad. Consider it this way. You are now getting double the Pokemon action because the Pokemon Company redeemed themselves in the second half of this Direct by announcing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for November 17th. You're getting Pokken Tournament DX on September 22nd, which is adding another title to the Switch library, and it's a pretty good one. If you didn't play Pokken Tournament on Wii U or in the arcade, it's actually a really fun fighting game. Is it the best Pokemon title? No. Is it the Pokemon title we wanted today? No, but here's why I think it's okay. One, probably was a little too early for a real Pokemon mainline entry on Switch. We were believing these sources, we were believing these rumors, we were believing these hypes. You can't really blame that on Nintendo. They never said anything. They never promised anything. Pokemon Company didn't say, oh, we're bringing, Sun and Moon to Switch, and then, psych, we're switching it on you. It was all hype. And while a lot of the rumors have been really accurate for Switch, you still gotta be careful because these things are just that. They're just rumors. And I think if you look at it, we now get a Pokemon title early in the console lifecycle. It's not mainline, but it is Pokken Tournament, which is a fun game. It really embraces the Switch multiplayer aspect. It has that sort of fun vibe, and being able to play it locally, being able to play it with your friends, whether on the same Switch or on different Switches, is going to be super cool. Taking it online, 5 new characters, 4 of them are, yes, from the arcade version, added content, but you are getting Decidueye, who is brand new and helps represent Sun and Moon. Plus, remember, you get Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so it's double the Pokemon action for fall 2017. You're getting a brand new Pokemon experience, the sort of ultimate version of Sun and Moon, which were great games, and they're adding new Pokemon there. They're mixing up the storyline. They're making some changes. That'll be super fun, and so you kind of get double the Pokemon goodness. If we just got Stars, it would have been one game. And now you're getting something new on 3DS and something, a deluxe version on Switch. And for a lot of people, it'll be brand new because they didn't play the Wii U version or they didn't have a Wii U. And so I think it also means this, and this probably is maybe what will give you the best hope going forward. The glass half full approach is that this just means a bigger, better Pokemon Switch in the future. A bigger, better mainline Pokemon that really embraces evolving this into the next era of Pokemon. We've seen the listings for jobs of people that are working on 3D and things like that. I think that they really could take Pokemon to the next level in this upcoming Switch game because we know it's going to come to Switch. We know that at some point the 3DS is going to run its course. It's not yet. Right now, they've got the 2DS XL coming out in July. They've got Hey Pikmin. They obviously now have Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So there still is a massive install base that they cannot ignore. And frankly, I feel like people in that install base would feel betrayed if everything just swapped to Switch so soon. So they are taking care of their own with the 3DS audience. And they are also giving you a bone on Switch. And then eventually, I think we get the real big, bold Pokemon Switch game we love. Now, they also announced Pokemon Gold and Silver for 3DS Virtual Console. I was hoping that would be a stealth way to sneak in a Switch Virtual Console announcement, and maybe it still comes. Maybe they do, bring the big Virtual Console we've always dreamed of with all the Nintendo consoles to Switch. We see that they are doing right by us in their online package and giving us sort of a Netflix Virtual Console where we get to play a library of old Nintendo titles as part of our subscription, and maybe they will do us right in Virtual Console and bring a whole lot. Rather than rolling it out super slow, maybe they will bring stuff like Pokemon Silver and Pokemon Gold. We have seen, Game Boy stuff appear on the Wii U, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that it appears on Switch as well, and that would be a way for you to experience Pokemon on the Switch in more of the RPG fashion. But you are getting the fighter. I think it'll be super fun, and I think it'll be great to have on the store shelves this fall. It adds another awesome title, another very recognizable property, another big name for Switch. Now you're looking at a fall that includes Fire Emblem, Super Mario, Pokemon, Xenoblade. That is pretty darn epic. Couple that with a Mario Kart, Zelda, Splatoon, and ARMS already being released as we enter that holiday season, it's going to be a good one for Switch. And for Nintendo in general, if you're all about them succeeding and being able to bring you bigger, better games and living really big as they have so far this year, it's got to be a good feeling. You know that Switch is going to continue to be successful, and now they have a Pokemon game hitting the system, plus new Pokemon on 3DS. So this is like a best of both worlds for fans and a best of both worlds for Nintendo. I know it's not technically the best world, but it's best of both worlds. Ideally, we would have got Pokemon Stars on Switch. That would have been amazing. The internet would be still just shaking right now with extreme excitement. But I don't think it's as bad as maybe people think. And I wanted to sort of bring the perspective that, hey, this does give us double the Pokemon, and it really wasn't their fault. It was more the hype, the rumors, and that's what we want to be careful of as we enter E3, less than a week away, right? Some stuff has been confirmed. Destiny 2, World War II for Call of Duty. We know that Mario plus Rabbids, that league is pretty darn real. But be careful. There are things out there that will get you super jonesing for a specific press conference for a specific game, and just know that it may not happen. You got to take this stuff with a grain of salt. But I think that Nintendo, if those rumors didn't exist, I feel like this would have been a very successful showing. A fighter on Switch that is Pokemon, and it is a deluxe version. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was awesome, and while this one doesn't seem to include as much content as that game, it is giving you the arcade version characters, and it is giving you a brand new character. It's giving you a renewed focus on modes, and it should be a really good time. I liked what I played of Pokken Tournament on Wii U, which was the entirety of the game. I think that's a fun campaign, and eventually reaching the end of that was a worthwhile, and it's different enough from ARMS, and it's different enough from Smash, that there's still space for those games. I think this also means we don't get a Super Smash Bros. DX on Switch this year, which is kind of a bummer. That was something I was really hoping for, and we saw a pretty solid fake earlier that looked great. It was proven to be false and designed by a YouTuber, but it looked really great, and the excitement and sort of the potential for Smash Bros. On Switch and that couch multiplayer was really exciting, but it didn't happen, and I don't think it's going to happen this year. I still think Smash Bros. Obviously hit Switch at some point. I wonder if a DX is in the works, or I wonder if it's just going to be the next iteration of Smash. And maybe this first year with some Wii U ports in the form of Mario Kart, in the form of Pokken, maybe we get a Mario Maker. I think it's okay because it still is very early. The Switch is very successful, and it feels like a big new established system because it does have a massive Zelda. It is getting a massive Mario, and for the most part, it is a really brilliant idea. But Pokemon typically doesn't hit this early, and I think it's basically a bone saying like, hey, we are going to put your beloved franchise on Switch. Not in the style you exactly want, but have faith because it's coming later, and I absolutely think it is. If you're worried that, oh, like you bought a Switch for Pokemon, or you're waiting to buy a Switch for Pokemon and it's never going to happen, don't fear that. It's going to happen. You are going to get Pokemon in the fashion you want, in an RPG style, eventually on Switch. It's just not time yet. 3DS is too big, and they need to capitalize on that audience, and there's still a lot of development that needs to be worked out. I don't think people would have been happy with a $60 port or a $60 Pokemon Stars that didn't have a whole lot of upgrades. I think if it looked just like Sun and Moon, like that would have been fun, and people would have paid for it. They would have bought it. But if you think adding cost to that, is that really the best way we want to go for the Pokemon series? Or would we rather give them the time they need to develop something bigger, better, more innovative, and more evolutionary? So eventually when we do get that moment where we are freaking out and the whole internet is reverberating for an entire month about a new Pokemon, that it really is worth all of that energy. And I think that's what we're going to get maybe 2 years down the line. And I'm really pumped for that moment. I'm still pumped for today, though, because, again, you do get your new Pokemon Sun and Moon. That still is a thing. So the Stars rumor, while not on Switch, basically happened with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And I'm excited to play those. And then you do get Pokken Tournament on Switch. It's a fun game. It's not the best, but it's fun, and I think this helps round out the Switch lineup. Nintendo committed to giving us regular releases, and they have kept that commitment, and it seems to be that way going forward. You know, ARMS on June 16th, Splatoon hitting in July, now we've got Pokken Tournament DX in September on the 22nd. You're going to get Fire Emblem Warriors, you're going to get Super Mario Odyssey. They keep saying we're going to get Xenoblade 2, even though I find that hard to believe, and I think it's going to be a really great fall for Switch owners, for 3DS owners, and for Pokemon fans. So, I know there's disappointment, but try to look at it from the other side and see all the benefits of this. And I'm sorry if you were holding on so much hope, because I was too, and I was bummed, and I saw that, and I saw Switch, and I was like, dude, it's really happening. I'm locked in. I am ready to witness this moment. And then it wasn't that. But I think there's good to it. And so I think it can still be a thumbs-up day and a thumbs-up direct. We just got to be patient for that eventual mainline entry. So let me know your thoughts on the direct and these new Pokemon titles in the comments down below. Are you pumped for Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun? Will you be picking up Pokken Tournament DX? Is it a bummer that it's not what you wanted on Switch, or is it a blessing that you're still getting something Pokemon on Switch in the first year? Let me know your take in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you're pumped for E3. I will be there. I'll be bringing you all the goodness like this, and hopefully even more from the big three, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and also the other publishers, Ubisoft, EA, Activision, and more. Until the time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day. I love you. We will see you all later.